Well, welcome everyone. This is Stat 801, Statistical Methods in Research. My name is Chris Builder, and I will be your instructor for the course. So let's begin by taking a look at the syllabus that you can download from the course website. Again, my name is Chris Builder. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm actually a native Nebraskan. I grew up in the Millard area in Omaha. I got my bachelor's degree in mathematics from University of Nebraska-Omaha. Then I went to Kansas State University for my master's and PhD in statistics. After a short stop as an assistant professor at Oklahoma State University, I came here to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in 2003 as an assistant professor, and I've been now fully promoted to being a professor for a number of years. I first got here at UNL in 2003, the same year that this Department of Statistics was formed. Okay, so my office is in Hardin Hall, 342C. This is in the northern wing of the building, in the northeast corner of the third floor. Please note that unfortunately, due to COVID-19, I do not plan to spend much time in my office. If you need to contact me, if you want to speak to me face-to-face, we will be using Zoom to do that. So office hours this year, Tuesdays after class for 1 hour. So whenever we essentially finish our class, then my office hours will start for another hour. I will also have office hours at 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. on Thursdays. You might be wondering, well, how can we do that? Because class is regularly scheduled for 9:30 on Thursdays. We will discuss how that will be done shortly. And also I'm available by appointment. And as I mentioned about a minute ago, all my office hours are actually through Zoom. On the Canvas website for this course, you will see a direct link to my meeting room on Zoom. My email address is builder@unl.edu. Our course website, while I will use Canvas for a few things, I like to construct my own website on a different web server for most of the things that we will be doing in this course, simply because it's easier. Also, I think it provides some better organizational tools and also better ways for me to provide you content. So my main website is chrisbuilder.com. At least it's easy for me to remember. Hopefully it will be easy for you to remember as well. And if you go to chrisbuilder.com/stat801, you'll get to our course website. There will be a link at chrisbuilder.com as well to the 801 website. Our TA for the course, who will be also doing the lab associated with this course, is Ved Piyush. There's his particular email address. His office hours will be Fridays from 10:15 to 11:15 a.m. and by appointment. Again, all of his office hours will be done through Zoom. As for our textbook for our course, this is what it looks like here. This is a very large book, and there's no way we would be able to get through all that content in the book. In fact, I think that to do that, we would need at least 2 semesters to teach out of that particular book. The book is by Ott and Longnecker, An Introduction to Statistical Methods and Data Analysis. It is in its 7th edition. This is a common book that's used for courses such as this, an Introduction to Statistics at the graduate level. Now, along with the book, there's also a student solutions manual to the corresponding exercises. I put that there in case you might find that to be useful. Now, also with the book, though, there are a limited set of answers to particular problems in the book that are and these limited set of answers are actually located at the end of the book. Now, the prerequisites for this course. An introductory statistics course, such as Stat 218 at the undergraduate level. Now, what makes this Stat 801 course kind of maybe unique or different from other courses that you've had then is that 801 is also meant to be an introduction to statistics as well, but now at the graduate level. So because of this, there will be a lot of overlap between what you would have had in the past at an introductory level in an undergraduate course and what we're doing now. So for example, some topics that you would have seen in a Stat 218 course is like a random variable, hypothesis testing, confidence intervals, the normal distribution. We will go through those topics from a very introductory level. But what makes this particular course 801 different from like a Stat 218 course is that we will go further in terms of the topics. We will talk about topics that you typically will not see in a Stat 218 course. We will also go a little bit faster, and also we will spend a lot of time talking about how to get analyses or computations done through using a statistical software package. Now, if you've had a solid background already at an undergraduate or maybe at another school at a graduate level, a solid background in statistics, so you've taken courses beyond like a Stat 218, maybe like our Stat 318, you will need to think about, well, is Stat 801 really a good course for me to take? So what I would recommend that you do is you talk to your advisor, and if you feel as though you've already had a good enough background, perhaps 801 is something that you can actually skip. So please talk to your advisor about it if you're concerned. Also, you're welcome to talk to me about it too. And as you will see through my course website, my course materials will be online, and you can take a look through those materials to make a judgment for yourself too, that is this too much review, or is there enough new stuff here that that this course is appropriate for me. So now the reason why then 801 exists is because we will talk about more material than what you would have in 218, but it also exists because we have a number of students who are coming from a wide variety of backgrounds, from a wide number of universities, and by taking a course like Stat 801, it puts all the students on the same level by the time that they get done with this course, so that if they want to, they could take other Stat courses as well. Okay. So let's talk about grades in this course, and do note that as I'm looking down here, I'm actually looking at a printed copy of the syllabus that has my notes on it. So grades for this course, tests will be worth 50% of your overall grade, and also there will be a comprehensive final exam at the end of the course that will be worth 20% of your grade. Also throughout the course, there will be projects, there will be quizzes, there might be some kind of lab assessments, there might be some other stuff too that's graded. All that other stuff combined will be 30% of your grade. So with respect to the tests here, we will have 3 tests during the semester where the lowest grade that you receive on these tests will be dropped. So it won't be part of your grade at all. The remaining 2, let's say, highest grades that you get on the test will be each worth 25% of your grade. Now, since the lowest test grade is dropped, if you miss a test, this will be automatically your drop test, no matter what. You can think of it this way. Let's say if you're sick, that's okay. You don't have to take the test. That will be your drop test. Let's say if maybe for some reason you had to take a trip to go someplace as part of your schooling, and you can't take the test. Well, that will be your drop test then. And so this policy includes class absences that are university excused or due to extenuating circumstances. So I put this policy in there because I want you to prepare for every test as if this test will count. But I leave it open that if for some reason you're unable to attend class when we have a test, or you're unable to take it for some reason, it's not going to hurt you at all in terms of your final grade because you are allotted one drop test. Now, there may be extreme circumstances or unusual circumstances that has you miss more than one test. Now, in that particular situation, please contact me to discuss the situation, and I will ask for any kind of documented proof needed to support your case about why you miss now 2 tests versus just 1 test during the semester. Okay. So, tests, 50% of your grade. Projects, quizzes, and other stuff. This grade here will be based upon the total number of points earned out of the total number of points possible. So let's say, for example, maybe there was a total of 300 points during the semester for projects and quizzes and other stuff, and you earned 270 points. That means your grade for this portion will be 90%. So overall, let's say your highest score on a test that you got, let's say, was 100%. The next highest grade was 90%. Your final exam, perhaps you got a 95%. And then your projects and quizzes, let's say you also got a 90%. So what I will do to factor in your grade is as follows. Okay. Take your 100% you got on your best test, take that times 25%. Take the 90% that you got on the second highest test, take that times 25%. If you got a final exam grade of 95%, I take that times 20%. And your projects and quizzes, let's say you got a 90 on that, I take that times 0.3. I add all this stuff up, that is your overall grade for the course. In terms of grading scale, I have a very standard grading scale there where I do assign plus and minus letter grades as well. Now, with all projects and all graded materials that we do in this course, they will be handed in electronically. And these projects, of course, and anything that you hand in need to be completed in a professional manner. These projects will be done in Word or PDF documents. That allows me to easily grade it using my tablet with my pen. Some of these projects might be kind of long, so and you're going to have some computer output in there. You're going to need to nicely organize it, and so because of that, I put on the syllabus that if a project is completed in an unreadable or unprofessional manner, it will be returned to the student. The project may be redone and turned in again. However, points will be deducted from the grade. And there will be no late projects, quizzes accepted. The due date is the due date. You need to get it in to me by the required time. With respect to projects, I do recommend that you complete them via groups. As early on in the semester, as we go along, I will ask you to tell me what group you plan to work in. And if you, by chance, don't know anybody in the class, I will have a mechanism available to help students find group members. Now, when you do work in groups, all group members are expected to participate equally and have a complete understanding of all components that are turned in. I will lower a student's grade if he or she does not abide by this group work policy. In terms of statistical software, we will use the statistical software package known as R, which is the letter R. We will use that extensively throughout the semester to do calculations. This is an applied statistics course, so there will be a huge emphasis on how to do the actual computations along with interpreting the corresponding numerical values that you receive. If you're not familiar with R, that's okay. I do not have any prior, I do not assume that you have any prior experience with it in my teaching of R. This statistical software package is available for free from this particular website that's on the syllabus. As part of the first lab for the course, I have constructed a set of notes and videos corresponding to an introduction to R to help those who are not familiar with it already. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's most of you. Note that we will not be using any other statistical software package in this course, like SAS. All your work needs to be done in R. All classes, all in-person classes or all live classes that are done will be actually recorded. I will post these recordings to the internet for students in this course and students even outside this course who want to learn about introductory statistics. They can view them. Please do not abuse the availability of these recordings by saying, hey, I'm just not going to come to the live version of the course. I recommend what you use these recordings as a way to review material when needed, and if for some reason you are unable to attend class, here's your backup that you can still get the same material. The final exam is scheduled for Saturday, November 21 at 10 a.m. This will be a comprehensive exam, but the exact format is still, I'm still not for sure because of seating capacity restrictions. Our normal classroom where we would meet has been reduced by 50% in terms of the seating capacity, and the room only had enough seats basically for everyone in the course. So because of that, I will have to make some changes corresponding to how the final exam is administered. Expectations of students. In order to succeed in this course, students are expected to do the following. Understand all the material in the course notes. So I have prepared a set of typed out notes. I expect you to understand everything that's in those notes. I wouldn't have typed it up if it wasn't important. Now there are a few spots where I will say, don't worry about that material. And so in those cases, don't worry about that material. But otherwise, you are expected to understand everything that's in the course lecture notes. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, we will be using R extensively in this course. We will actually be programming with it. We will have computer code that you will need to understand how to use and be able to write on your own. You are expected to completely understand all the R code and also understand all the calculations that are produced by R. Embedded inside my course notes, there are lots of examples. I expect you to basically walk through those examples on your own, walk through the calculations, including all the R material. As you will see shortly when we talk about the course website, I have an extensive set of R programs that reproduce the stuff that's in the notes. And you're expected to fully understand what's going on in those R programs. Again, review the class recordings when needed. Complete the homework. So the definition of homework in this course and all my courses is I'm going to give you a set of problems that are in the exercises that are in the book. I expect you to do those, but they will not be handed in for a grade. But to help you out to understand if you got the answer right or not, I give a set of at least partial answers to every problem that I assign. Again, these homework problems are not to be turned in for a grade. You're welcome to ask questions about these homework problems, especially in the lab session if something's not clear. And also, you could post messages to a message board, which you will see shortly, if you have questions associated with those homework problems. But again, they're not to be turned in for a grade. They're, you could say, extra practice. Often in the past, what I've done is put homework problems word for word on tests, just as a way to verify that indeed you are doing the homework. And of course, if something is not clear, please ask questions. There will be multiple ways to do that in terms of the class, the regular class, the lab, the message board. Please ask questions if something's not clear. Myself and Ved, we want you to succeed in this course. And if something's not clear, you do need to ask questions. So there's a number of additional statements that I'm required to put on a syllabus. I put these on what I call a syllabus supplement that's available on my course website, which you will see very shortly in videos. So that then concludes this discussion of the syllabus.